Hi, today we're going to be discussing the Vascular Band from Teleflex, the new radial compression band. So this is a single compression balloon. There's no green dot, which means the band can place in either direction with the tubing coming off towards the arm or away from the arm. This Velcro that you see on the side can be used to store the syringe if needed. If you don't want to use it, you can also rip it off. When the band is placed, it's going to be placed over the arteriotomy, meaning if the puncture site was here, it's going to be placed 2 to 5 millimeters proximal to the puncture site. It's going to be centered over the arteriotomy, and they're going to be placing the band snug, fitting like a nice snug wristwatch. It shouldn't be too tight, but there shouldn't be any gaps. We're going to let the balloon do the work, not the band. Now let's talk about the syringe. So when we look at the syringe, it's a luer lock syringe, meaning you will need to give it 2 tight, good twist of turns to tighten it on. It is proprietary, so not any luer lock syringe will work with this band. Now we're going to talk about the secure locking mechanism. There is a white dot that's on the syringe. When it's in this open and clear channel, the syringe can move back and forth like any syringe. If you turn the white dot counterclockwise, it will get caught on this ledge. It will then stop and only release 2 cc's. So let's go ahead now and put some air in. We're going to pull back to 20. Again, we're going to give it 2 good tight screws to twist it onto the luer lock. The person applying the radial compression band would inflate until they see bleeding has stopped. They would pull back until it flashes and add an additional 1 or 2 cc's. They would then remove the syringe from the tubing. I always recommend removing the tubing at the purple hub because the red inside is the valve, so then less air is not released, or no air is released. If you get a patient, so this is how post-op procedures will receive the patient. If they say there's 12 cc's in the band and you only remove 11, that's okay. Don't worry about that because maybe there wasn't really 12 to begin with, as long as the patient's hand's not bleeding, not blue, and they have good pulse. So let's go ahead and put the syringe in the locking position. You would have to know ahead of time that you only want to release 2 cc's. We're going to continue following your current protocol for air removal. So we've now put the syringe into the locking mechanism. We're going to attach the syringe. And again, you want to always, I'm going to show you what it would look like if you didn't keep your hand on the syringe. It will come out pretty quickly, but you want to always continue to leave your hand on the syringe and slowly release the air. If you choose not to use the secure mechanism, you can continue to manually release air as needed. Again, slower is always better. How will you know that all the air is released from the bladder? When you cannot pull back on the syringe any longer, all of the air has been released from the bladder of the band. Again, disconnect, and then, as you normally do, slowly rock off and gently remove the band so as to not disrupt the clot. Thank you and have a great day.